So the next bullet point that we have is you've got to calculate the average number of minutes late for each bus route. That means you need to know, and I've written it down here, you need to know the total number of minutes that it's late, and you need to divide it by how many journeys the bus did. So the average late is total minutes late. So obviously the first thing we need to do is calculate the total minutes late, and we can actually use our loop because we're already looping over, and we already know if the bus, we already know the time, and if it is negative, we have it here. What we need to do is we need to store that in a variable. So at the moment it's counting the number of lates, but this time we need to know minutes late, and we're going to set that to 0. Okay, so the minutes late, we're going to set it to 0. So we've got our variable ready to put it in. Now, if I, which is the bus time, so when we loop through the list, the array, if the value that it comes to is less than 0, we are going to add that in. So all we do is, and again, work at your copying and pasting, minutes late equals minutes late plus the value of I. So we just put I. And no, we'll actually write this whole one out ourselves. Print total minutes late for bus A. Now, of course, I've done the same thing, minutes late A. I need to fix these. I need to put my A in there because we're going to do it for a few buses. Minutes late A. Close it up. All right, we'll just... Oops. Okay, so total minutes late for bus A, 1, 2, 3, and the total should be minus 15. Yeah, perfect. Now this is only coming up because I didn't delete it from the further ones. So we now know how many times it was late. We know how many minutes late it was for. There is a little trick. Did you see that was minus 15? That was what that value was. If we do this, A, B, S, this is going to get us what we call the absolute. That means it will get rid of the minus. So if I F5 here, do minus 5, minus 5, minus 5. You see it's now turned into a positive 15. So we have got that. Now what you'd need to do, obviously, is change this for bus, sorry, we'd copy this for bus B and bus C. Actually, no, we wouldn't. What we need to do is we need to print out the average number of minutes late. So print so think back here, the total minutes late divided by how many journeys the bus did. Now, the number of bus journeys it did is however long bus A is. And I actually can't remember, I think it's 6 that we did. So what we're going to do is we're going to say the average minutes late is equal to the absolute value of minutes late. Do you remember minutes late is our variable here, how many minutes it is? I'm going to take the positive value, so absolute value of minutes late divided by len plus A. And we see we need another bracket. That's that whole thing. So what we have here is the total number of minutes late divided by how long the list for bus A is. Number of minutes late, but the positive version, divided by how long the list bus A is. F5. Oh, okay. I think here what I've forgotten is my final bracket. So if we want to get the average, I'm going to go minus 3, minus 4, and minus 5. Now the average of those should give us minus 4 will be the average. So I'm going to make everything else 1.